This video is dedicated to all of you guys who are experiencing more breakouts, more dehydration, more sensitivity this summer. And I'm here to rescue your skin, so please patiently watch till the very end of the video. It's a very info-packed video, so let's begin. So chapter number 1, heated skin. As we always say, the best skincare tip is to do no harm to the skin, which directly translates to just don't mess up the skin's natural functionality, natural biology. And that's why it's so important to respect your skin's natural pH. But your skin temperature is naturally around 31 Celsius degrees. This is a very important key in this part for summer skincare routine. Now that the temperature rises, our skin temperature can easily go up to probably 40 degrees. And heated skin comes with a lot of consequences. And as you guys might be experiencing now, you do have more activated oil production going on, and that can also lead to more lipid peroxidation, which can be more problematic for acne prone skin, but we will touch on this topic in the later chapter. Secondly, as our body and our skin heats up, we need to sweat it out. So that's our body's natural system to regulate the body's temperature. Where does this sweat come out from? It is your pore, and if you sweat a little bit more during summer, your pore size can expand a little bit more. And thirdly, it promotes more Trans-Epidermal water loss, in short, TEWL. And my pom-pom fam, you guys might be very familiar with this word because I talk about this all the time. But what it basically means is that the skin barrier is supposed to be a shield from the external world and the inside world, preventing the hydration evaporation. Once the skin barrier gets compromised and becomes weaker, it has holes. So it promotes dehydration to go outside to the world, which means that you will experience more dehydrated skin. Heated skin also ages faster. That's because heat, or infrared to be exact, the heat energy, it does destroy the collagen making component, which is called MMP, which is a fibroblast for collagen making and renewal. So heat is non-arguably one of the biggest aging factors. So in order to have the healthiest and most optimally running and functioning skin, you want to keep your skin temperature as it is. So how do we cool off our heated skin, Leah? I know a lot of you guys love icing your skin with ice, which is something that I'm not really a fan of because it does shock your skin, so be careful. I know some people love storing their sheet mask and skincare products inside the fridge, which can also work, but just make sure it is not icy cold. But today I wanted to introduce you guys to something that is the fastest, the cheapest, and the easiest way to cool down the skin and also combat dehydration, combat your summer breakouts. And that only requires one thing, which is saline solution. And I know, saline solution is so weird, but a lot of Koreans have been using this for a year or two. It's going viral at the moment, and I have tried it for a while. It is very effective in hydrating or deeply hydrating your skin. So for those of you guys who have really struggled with dehydrated skin and have tried many other hydrating toners out there, give this a try. But don't buy this Target one because it does come with other ingredients. This only costs about $1, $3 at most, so it's really affordable. What is saline solution? It's basically salted water. And why do we need to apply salted water topically, Leah? It's because it's one of the most skin-friendliest ingredients out there, because the water inside our body is actually not 100% water. It's water plus salt, sodium chloride to be exact. So saline solution is one of the most biocompatible water to your skin. So that's why it's used in eye drops or wound washing or your contact lens solution, blah blah. And your skin loves the ingredient that it already recognizes, that it is already familiar with, so it is more acceptable towards it, which means that it can deeply hydrate your skin. First of all, the key thing is the concentration of sodium chloride. Normal saline solution would be 0.9% of sodium chloride, and this is a very important number. This is the same concentration of what it is in our body. So if the concentration of saline solution that's higher than 0.9%, it would have a drying effect. Also, make sure its only ingredients are sodium chloride and water. Many saline solutions available at the drugstores may have preservatives or other ingredients aimed for washing contact lenses and so on. Store the saline solution in the fridge for a cooling effect and soak the cotton pad pretty generously into the solution. Stick it onto your skin or wherever you feel dehydrated or breaking out, just for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you leave it more than that, it can dry out the skin even more, so just be really careful. Gently rinse off the solution with water. If you let it dry, the water evaporates from the skin, but the salt remains, meaning that the salt concentration is getting higher and higher. This could be drying and irritating. Therefore, I do highly recommend that you just do a plain water rinse after doing a saline solution mask. While doing the saline solution face mask, you can also effectively bring down the heat of your skin and the body at the same time by using a washcloth. Use a washcloth and soak it, drench it into a saline solution. Simply lay this behind your neck. And I learned this from my aunt because she's a Chinese medicine practitioner, and also she does acupuncture and everything, so she knows all the blood circulation and all the spots. I believe it's something called governor vessel, and that's called dokmek in Korean, and that is supposed to control the yang energy, and yang energy is related to the heat. And that's why a lot of times Koreans jump into the shower and they only put the cold water on the back of their neck and the back, and that immediately brings down the heat of your entire body. It's because of the blood vessel right here is supposed to control the heat energy. Another way to topically soothe and cool down the skin is using a cooled aloe vera gel as a mask. I generally store my aloe vera gel inside the fridge. I apply a really thick and generous layer of aloe vera all over my skin, so that's already going to cool down the skin, but also it's going to be really beneficial if I did a lot of outdoor activities, if I was under the sunlight for a certain amount of time. It's going to be extra soothing. And on top of that, I use 2 cold spoons and I just massage that over to kind of promote the blood circulation and also remove the waste through the lymphatic drainage. I think this is also a very easy way and also a very fun way to cool down the skin. I'm pretty sure Korea is not the only country who classifies a certain group of foods as a cooling food. Number 1, we have red bean. Red bean, so good in papingsu in summertime. It's like amazing. Red bean is supposed to cool down the body, but also promotes that going to the bathroom situation. There's also eggplant, which can be very beneficial for your digestive tract and digestive system because it is rich in fiber. Cucumber, everyone knows how water-rich cucumber is, but it also is effective in cooling down the body. And pineapple, seaweed, and there are so many other foods that can be great. Chapter number 2 is lipid peroxidation, and this is something that I really want you guys to take away from this video, especially if you do have acne-prone skin, which is why you're probably watching this video. Lipid peroxidation is basically a process that your sebum, your oil on top of your skin, being oxidized by external stressors, especially the harsh UV light in the summer and the heat, all the free radical damage, and also the stress that's coming from inside out. It does affect your skin and even your lipid. And after your lipid becomes oxidized, what happens is that your lipid that is supposed to be soft and more lubricant, it becomes thicker, stickier, greasier, and gloopier, which has higher chance to clog the pore. Now, it's not only the acne that's going to happen, but if the pore is clogged, you know how the sweat is about to come out to regulate your body's temperature in the summertime. It has hard time to regulate the body's temperature. So it's really crucial to understand this concept and also just prevent your lipid from oxidizing. The number 1 and the most obvious step to do is by applying a sunscreen. I do not care what kind of sunscreen that you apply. If you do find something that you really like that encourages you to use it every single day, that is the best sunscreen, so use it diligently, use it every single day, reapply throughout the day. Step number 2 is adding antioxidants into your skincare routine. That's something that I love doing all the time because antioxidant is basically a very friendly molecule that's going to help your skin from fighting free radical damage, but also it plays a very effective role in preventing lipid peroxidation. So highly recommend you guys to take care of your lipid, the oil that you already have, from going oxidized. Chapter number 3, we have aggressive skincare habits. Did you know that a lot of times you might be the cause of your acne, your dehydration, and your sensitivity? Oftentimes it's really your skincare habits that is exacerbating all these kind of skin conditions. So in summertime, we have higher chance of overwashing, over cleansing the skin because we feel like we have too much oil, too much everything going on. We want to wash this away and kind of like scrub every dirt and grimes away. And that leads to a compromised skin barrier, which can lead to more dehydration, more sensitivity, and more reaction. Also, you might be using too many layers in summer times. I know a lot of people love that kind of multiple skincare steps because they feel like they're treating themselves, but oftentimes that could be the cause of clogged pores. Definitely simplify your routine in summertime. Go for lighter layer, lighter moisturizers that has less chance of clogging the pore. A lot of people make a mistake by skipping a moisturizer in summertime. No. Skipping a moisturizer can further dehydrate your skin, therefore promoting more oil production, and your oil production starts to compensate that dehydration, so it produces more oil, so you end up having that kind of weird balance of oily but dehydrated skin. Another makeup habit is using waterproof makeup, long-lasting makeup, powdered makeup, blah blah blah, and all of these makeup can be extremely dehydrating. And I know it's really important to find a long-lasting makeup, especially in summertime, because our makeup tends to melt. But the best way to do your base makeup in summertime in the hot and humid weather is to go a little bit lighter. I only use sunscreen and then concealer, and I apply a really sheer layer of a translucent powder to control my oil production or the oiliness or the shine. But that actually does hold up well. It's not really drying to the skin, so I have less clogged pores after skipping my foundation, especially in summertime. This is something that a lot of people don't know, but if you do have drier, dehydrated skin and you feel like your sunscreen is causing that, higher chance that you might be using a mineral-based sunscreen or that has titanium dioxide or zinc oxide, so probably switch to chemical UV filters. I'll definitely leave the link down below for those guys who want to control the oil production. I have a full-on dedicated video on that, so I highly recommend you guys to check out the info box. That is it for today. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if that SALINE solution works. Please share this video with your friends and family who is struggling with summer breakouts, a lot of oil production, and just dehydrated skin in general. I'm sure there will be a lot around you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys later in my next video. Bye!